Alright, hey guys, Jason here. Today we're going to be talking about hunting from an e-bike. If you're going to hunt from an e-bike, use it to set up so you got to take full advantage of it. First of all, the nice thing about these is they let us get to places you can't normally get to. For example, where I'm at here and where I'm going hunting at, right there's a closed gate. I cannot get by there with a car or with a vehicle. However, a bike is treated as, and even an e-bike, if it's under 750 watts, is treated as a bicycle. I can then use that. So where I'm going today is 3 miles down there is where I'm going to actually break off and start my hunt. My goal is to ride this bike 3 miles, park the bike, do about a 6 or 7 mile loop through this whole entire area back there, ride 3 miles back. Last year I was walking that, almost jogging it with all my gear to get that 3 miles. So I had to cover 6 miles just to get to where I wanted to actually hunt at, and then try and do another 5 or 6 miles. Yeah, I had to be out here way too early, hiking this before daylight, trying to get down there in time. It was a pain in the butt. This bike makes that easy. I can make that 3 mile ride in just a couple of minutes. So it's a very nice feature. Set your bike up though, if you're going to take advantage of it, to be a mobile station like that. You notice here I have this milk crate on this thing. This milk crate is held on with these big beefy zip tie straps, these huge white zip tie straps. I showed you that in the other videos of this. I'll link some at the end. But it's one of those oversized milk crates. I can fit a boned out deer or a boned out hog inside of here. Also notice that it sits higher than my seat does. I can put my bow across here, or I can set my bow in these two these spring clamps. These are just a simple spring clamp that I cut a piece of wash machine hose and fit it over it to kind of keep it protected. And I just clamp them right on here. And so I can set my bow right on this. I'll show you. But inside of here I can fit my backpack. I can fit a boned out deer and carry my backpack if I need to. And with this being up higher, I can put my tree stand and my sticks on here as well too if I'm deer hunting. So it gives me that versatility. Right now it's 90 degrees, and as you can see, it just finished raining. It's going to be like a sauna. It is going to be brutal hot out there today. Having ice cold water, so I got my stuff that's going in here. This is filled ice cold water. We're going to put that right here. Now I can strap it if I want to. I have this set up where I can actually run this strap through here and clip this onto here so that I can use it. Critters right there, huh? But I have this where I can strap this on and tie this down and lock this in if I want to as an actual dedicated, I don't remember how I did this work-wise, something like that probably, but where that's strapped down in the corner of that and that stays. And I got ice cold, ready to drink water strapped in right here, staying right there in that spot, no problems. I'm also throwing in a couple of cheese and crackers and a nutty bar as backup for my ones I already have in my pack, just because I'm going to be out there for a while. I take my pack right here. Make sure my thermocell's on, yes, because I want it ready for when I get there. And I can stick my pack right in here. Pack's in, all my gear's in, everything is set, nothing to it. And then I'm going to wear in my beanie. People ask about these all the time. This is a motorcycle helmet liner. It is super, super thin. You get like 10 of them for 20 bucks. But what they do is they keep the bugs off my head. And then when I'm and they keep that glare off of my head down so I have no glare from my head. And then on top of that, they, like I said, keep the bugs off. If the gnats get bad, I can pull it down over my ears enough to keep the gnats from getting behind my ears. Gnats behind my ears drive me nuts, and this helps for that. And it also keeps the glare down, and it also keeps the sweat from rolling into my eyes. It captures the sweat. So I love these things. So I got those on. I'm going to wear my binoculars in case I see something along the way and I want to stop and look. And I'm also wearing my GoPro just because I'm so used to wearing it. I want to check it, make sure it fires up right away. Bam, we're on. Okay, perfect. So we're good. Always check that, because sometimes when you put your batteries in there, the door doesn't shut right, or it may not fire right up. So you always want to make sure you're good. Get that in a position you need. Set. Make sure it's tight and locked. Good. So now we got that set. Our bowl. Let me put my cooler back in here. We got everything we need out of here. Put my cooler back in the truck. There we go. And you know, we want to also. Notice I have a bag right here for my straps. I'll move my bike out of the way in a minute. But you want this system to be very, very fast. If I get down here and I don't like what I want, I got to be able to get back here, get my bike loaded up, and get down the road and off to the next spot. So having a quick rack where you can quickly put them on and off works good. I've shown this rack already. It's a single bike one. I got a double bike one as well too. Works flawless. It's fast, it's easy, it's 3 minutes to tie up. Super simple and easy. We like that factor on there, so we use that. And at my bow, I can do two things. I can set my bow right in here like this and put my bow in that way and have it right there next to me. I can set my bow this way and have it sit right here. I can do all kinds of things. I can have my bow sit right here and strapped in this way, which is how I normally carry it. Kind of gives me a curl right there. You can do whatever you want to fit your bow on here very easily with these couple of things. But you don't want to have your bow this way because you're going to snag on everything, especially with a traditional bow, with a long bow. So having your bow set up this way works best for me, and then it's there, and then all I do is I got this one strap right here that I will just take this strap and I'll run it right over here like that, and now that is not going anywhere. Everything is set, but it is loose enough that if I fall, it can be off, it will get out of the way. It's not going to, if I dump the bike, I'm not going to hurt the bow. The bow can actually come off. So that's kind of what we're looking for. That's it. Sweet, simple, easy setup. I have a couple of things on here. This back one here is just basically filled with all kinds of extra ties. Okay, these are the ties I use for my cable lock that I have locked down on there. I have extra bungee cords, just a bunch of little accessories like that, some twist ties, some cable wire, some of that kind of stuff that I just keep here in this back one on this little pouch back here. And I have another one of these on that side. It has a spare bike tube. And it has a spare bike tube, all of my tool kit, and things like that, and extra batteries for my light. I have a light here plus a light on the front, and super simple and easy, ready to go. So no reason to get too carried away with it. I'm going to roll this out of the way for you so you can see what I'm talking about with the setup there. Hold on, we just kicked up our kickstand. Hold on. Let's put that back down. There we go. You can see what I mean by this rack. So it's simple, and you can see I just leave it here like this as I'm out there. When I come back, I lift the front wheel up, push it right on here, lock, 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 I'm ready to roll. Super simple. So that's the setup. Don't overthink this bike stuff. Don't get carried away with it, but make that bike something that is going to be functional and usable for what you need it to do, like that. When we look at this, like I said, pure simplicity. A bike rack here on the back of this. I do have a cable lock buried down underneath my pack, you can see right there, so I can lock this to a tree. That cable lock, naturally, normally I put it right here and strap it down with those two things I show you, and it sits right there. But since I already had to use it, I stopped and made videos at 2 dealerships on the way here, so for my truck channel, so I locked it down while I was doing those. But that's it, super easy. The bike doesn't matter. Having full suspension is definitely nice and comfortable. Front forks are where it really matters at, though, but it's a, you know, and the 20-inch wheels with the step-through design make this so nice to get on and off without having a big bar up here, and the 20-inch wheels keep that center of gravity low. This thing loaded down with weight works perfect, and there's a lot of great e-bikes out there. This is a side rusher, Komodo 2.0. I really like it. Motorcycle style front forks. Good light there, plus I added one that's wicked mean right there, and that's really all we did to it, and put a milk crate on. Here's that back pouch I was telling you about. Here is that pouch with the tool kit and the tubes and all that. The reason I put it on this side is because this is the side that has my bow. So when I go through the woods and stuff, I run tight to that side, favoring more room on this side to clear my bow, and that just sits there anyway, so it's okay. So it works for me good. That's why I don't have one of these on this side, because this side is the side I'm going to run tight to trees for clearance over there. So I just threw it on the back. Simple, functional, don't overthink it. Simple, functional rack. Rack's like $79 or $89, really easy. The $20 for the bag of these ties, these motorcycle tie downs, and they also have, you know, quick connects on here, so, or these locks on here so that they don't come off on their own. Simple, easy, perfect setup. So there we go. We are going to close our doors, and we are all ready, set, everything in the car and ready to roll, and we are set and in business, and we are going to head out and lock that, good to go, and we're going to go do some hunting. So we will see you on the other side. But that is mountain bikes or hunting bike, e-bike setup. Keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Give yourself the functionality to make this thing carry the cargo you want while you're out there. This will be home base when I'm out in the woods. I'm going to ride that 3 miles back, and then I'm going to make loops. But at any time I want to come back, I can come back to this almost like we would a truck. I can come back. I got ice cold fresh water right here, plus my water in my pack, plus my snacks in my pack, more snacks in here, and a way to carry animals out. It is a little pack mule of a bike. Up going. We just drove 6 miles on bike, 3 miles there, 3 miles to there, 3 miles back, and we walked for 3.5 miles back there. I did not like the sign. I did not like the stuff I seen. Did not like any of that kind of stuff. So now we are pulling out and moving to another place. It is this easy to do. All I have to do, just grab this, hook this right on, like this, pull this kind of tight, snug her up a little bit. Let's see, we're probably going to go about right there. And we're set on that one. We'll come back to it. Let's grab this one and just hook these up. Now there are bike racks that are faster with the pull down bar, but these are super sturdy. Okay, these things can take a beating like you wouldn't believe, which is the reason I love it. This thing is so stable, and that's very important to me, to have that stability out here and have this capability of this thing being able to handle these rougher roads. So we lock her down about like so. How are we doing? We're sitting good. We're sitting good. And we lock that down forward and keep it in the track we want, like so, like that. And this one here keeps it locked in, and see how it pushes it forward like that. That's what we want. This one does the same thing on this side, like that, like that. Then we make sure these are good and tight like I want, like so, like so. And that bike ain't going anywhere. That is locked down 100%. Take our slack real quick, just ball it up, put it around here like this, give it a quick tie so it's not going nowhere. Same thing here. You can cut these shorter if you want, but this is it. Put that around here, lock it, boom, put one more in it if you want to, just like that. Do the same thing on the back side, and then we're ready to roll. We're heading off to the next place. It is really that easy to do, and that's what we like about it. Sweet, simple, and easy. And I like sweet, simple, and easy. There, this one here, there we go. And we are done. Grab our water bottle out of there so we can drink it. Bike is set, bike is on a rack, and we are ready to head to the next place. And we got enough daylight to do it. So I'm going to go to another spot. I'm going to drop the bike. I'm going to ride 3.5 miles in, park the bike, and do a loop back through there. Without this bike, I could not do this. If I didn't have this bike, then I would have walked 3 miles back there, which would have took forever, about an hour to walk back there, a little over an hour. I would have then hunted, not seen anything. It would have took over an hour, probably an hour and a half to get back to here. Instead, we did this whole entire thing, so that would have been 3 hours and 3.5 hours, 4 hours of time taken to do that, where we just did it in an hour and a half. And that's pretty dang phenomenal. Hour and a half to do the whole thing, and we got enough daylight to move to another spot. That is the beauty of using one of these bikes. Okay, they just make your life a lot easier. Yes, my rack's a little wobbly. I don't have the connector on it, but like I said, this thing will go nowhere. You cannot make this thing fall off. It is indestructible set right there. I straight up love it. So we're going to leave our snacks. I'm taking one of my snacks with me right now. I'm going to leave the other two in here. Taking our water bottle in the car, and we're heading to the next spot. Thanks for watching.